Hi everyone, Michael Robbins here. Been writing business plans 25 years and been exploring the AI business plan generator world, looking for a tool that's going to help me do my job. So far, I've seen a lot of exaggerated promises, but today we're going to explore this one called PrometAI, and I've signed up for their $55 plan here that includes the financials, which of course we're going to need, and a few other elements. So I've never used this before. We're going to do this together for the first time and see how we go. So we're going to call our sample business Haywire Ranch in United States. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. What do you want to call it? United States. Okay. Company description. Haywire Ranch is an equestrian center that provides horse care and training. The property also has RV pads and RVs for leasing to mid to low income residents. Pretty much says it. Anticipated project size. That's where it gets interesting. Okay, show number in thousands. Let's do as is so we don't forget or get confused. So this is, I see this with a lot of these where they jump in and they ask, oh, how much money do you need? And how would you know if you haven't already done a spreadsheet? Well, I've already done a spreadsheet. I know the answer to that. So it's 823K. So this is where a lot of them, I think, make these presumptions that isn't necessarily going to work, because if you haven't gone through the numbers, how would you know how much money you need? Also comes the question of, if you think you've got unlimited access to the market, maybe you could enter the market with $1 million. You could just as well enter the market with $50 million. How do you like PrometAI? I just started. Can you give me a break here? Rate your experience 10. How about I just close you? Ask me later. Oh, that's nice. Look at that picture. All the horses and stuff. Okay, so it says it's still generating it. Wow, from just one sentence. You can navigate through the slides using the pagination below. Great. So far, I'll say this has really jumped into it. A lot of the others, they will put you through, 20 minutes of Q&A before you get to something like this. But it's also, really sketchy. It didn't ask me where this is going to be. Am I buying land or leasing land? Of course, AI has a lot of trouble with words, as you can see this back there. This is, all right, I'm going to hide your tutorial. Okay, so there's some nice verbiage about starting a property with the equestrian, but an inclusive haven for residents seeking. Right, so that's great. This is probably a table of contents. Lovely. Mission and vision. Oh, wow. It's already throwing numbers out there. Very presumptuous, not even knowing the size of the facility or anything else. So it's clear here when you see revenue and gross profit, they're not defining much as cost of goods sold, which is fine. Target market share, very interesting. Okay, so year one CapEx, yeah, maybe it kind of interpreted the size from the CapEx. And this is very interesting how it's segmented it here. The RV rentals. Oh, it's like strike through. You can see it without. That's cool. Okay. It's really hard to tell the colors of these. Okay, so this is horse care, this is horse training, this is RV rentals. So you see RV rentals here, they've got running at about 10% of the total revenue, but the reality was that RV uh, that RV rental was actually supposed to be about 90% of the total revenue. And the total revenue clearly way off, wasn't even getting to $1 million. So AI has been very presumptuous here about coming up with a revenue segmentation and the total revenue. Really curious how it made these leaps. Anyway, coming in here, situation, question, expense. So its operations fall under the other amusement and recreational industries. One of the things I've seen some of these generators is assume that the company was going to have people, coming over and having horse riding programs. That wasn't part of it at all. It was not going to do any horse riding programs. So, what is pretty obvious here is that I only gave it a sentence or two to start with, and so it doesn't have much to go on, and so it's keeps repeating itself in these different forms. So I think a couple of these pages would probably be helpful. But so far, it's just repeating what I said in different designs. Yeah, agro-tourism partners. No, not doing that at all. Not doing that at all. Let's see how easy it is to take this out. Okay, so you can go in here and say, what? Can you just delete it and then it goes away? Oh, somehow I want to do a formatting change. Here we go. See, more tourism. It's not what this is about at all. Okay, but pretty easy to modify. That's nice. Solution, phase 1 and phase 4. Pain points, limited equestrian services, lack of... It really does make me wonder if I put in a location. Okay, I think this is one of the, upgraded subscription gives you that. Pretty imagery, but a lot of redundancy. This part's pretty good. I like that. So both of this is wrong. I have looked at the IBIS report. This CAGR is not correct. The 31 bill. Oh gosh, that's for golf court. golf courses and country clubs? Okay, comes down. Yeah. So one of the things that was hard about this industry is figuring out, well, what is the real market for the target area? And this platform has not had the chops to figure that out. So it takes this huge national industry and says, oh, we're only going to get 0.12% market share. That should be easy. Well, no. It's not 0.12% market share. You want to be able to identify the real target market of what you can address, and it's not these figures. Ultimately, it was, maybe it was a 5% market share figure. So it threw in my figure as this is CapEx. It probably gives me the ability to put it. What? Now it's asking me for a logo? Payroll brand, utility brand. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to let me edit. Available only for Pro? What did I sign up for? Basic? Oh, geez. Well, this isn't getting off to a good start. There's probably a lot of folks like me who, you skim over this and you say, oh, it's got a financial dashboard and that's great. Okay, I've got the numbers. No. It's going to take that CapEx figure, just call it CapEx. Yeah. And doesn't let me break it down at all between how much is land and how much is building, because buildings depreciate and land doesn't. But how can the forecast be right? It never let me distinguish between the two. In fact, it wants another $100 for me to make that delineation. So I kind of feel misled in that this financial dashboard was going to be useful, be anything. We'll come back to that. Yeah, it's like it's giving me, oh, I can change the colors, but I can't change the numbers. Thanks. I don't know. It's possible if I keep digging, maybe there's a way to at least change. Well, yeah, I've got another call coming up, and this might be a really quick wrap. So it seems that this is really nice on the aesthetics, really nice on whipping something together with just a sentence. I'm really trying to give this the benefit of the doubt and see if there's a way that I can give it any additional revenue guidance. Business lines, quarters. Revenue calculations. Okay. Okay, so you're showing getting up to 1 million in 3 years. Now, if the real figures was this, and I pasted it, and then I say, and let's give it a little more. Let's say the land is 380. Let's say of which 380,000 is land. Okay, so let's hit regenerate. Enter your prompt. Let's just see regenerate. I put in the numbers. Can you figure it out? This will be really interesting. Wait, it took out the numbers that I just gave it. Hold on. Having trouble getting into my forecast again. Let me try save changes. I think it lets me export a PDF. Okay, here we are. Let's see. So CapEx still just says 382 or 823. This is my financial dashboard. No, it did not change my revenue. Let me change the colors again. That's really frustrating. All right. I'm not sure if I've got this patience for this anymore. I think I might do a little bit offline to see if I can find a place to force it to change the revenue projections, not just the colors. Maybe modifying that initial sentence. So it looks like it stretched it out a bit. Oh, yeah. So I think it's worth saying if I gave it more to go on than just a sentence, and I gave it that kind of revenue and CapEx guidance from the beginning. Retrain AI, isn't that interesting? What does this do? Is learning from your inputs. Manually retrain AI using your most recent inputs. So if you've made major updates, it also says it does it automatically. Well, I kind of doubt that because I just put in the new revenue and you ignored it. In fact, you deleted it. So, yeah. I will tack on to this video if I am able to dig in and find some more substance. Otherwise, we will move on to a different AI business plan generator and see if there's one that it might be worth using. Thanks for watching.